We're grateful to share our love of vintage toys, games, books, and comics with you. If you're enjoying the journey, please like and subscribe. Your support helps us keep the channel growing. Thank you for being part of the RetroCult. Greetings, RetroCultists! Well, as spooky October rolls on, I've got another short little video for you as we go over something that Mrs. MacDaddy and I ran across during one of our recent outings to McKay's. We go to McKay's quite a bit, always going to find some good stuff there, but this was perfect for the season. So we're going to be having a look at the Universal Studios Monsters Little Big Heads. I'm thinking they're a little, I don't know, I don't know if they're bobbleheads. It actually says the heads are posable, so I would assume they're not bobbleheads. But it's got a great assortment of little mini statues of our favorite Universal monsters. This is the silver screen edition, so they're all black and white instead of color, which I prefer that. So we're going to open this up and have a look at it. So first, let's just slide them out. All right. So now that they're free, we can have a look at our initial lineup. So we have Frankenstein's monster from Son of Frankenstein, the Metaluna mutant from This Island Earth, one of my favorite alien designs. The Phantom of the Opera dressed as the Red Death from the ballroom scene. We have the Hunchback of Notre Dame, a mole person from The Mole People. We have Boris Karloff as the Mummy. We have the creature from The Creature Walks Among Us, so it's the creature-human hybrid. Of course, we have Dracula, the Wolfman, the Mummy in the mummy form, Frankenstein's monster from Frankenstein, the Bride of Frankenstein, and of course, the best, the creature from the Black Lagoon, then the Phantom of the Opera after his unmasking, and of course, the Invisible Man. So, I hope you're having a great lead up to Halloween. Let me clip these out of their little trays. Let me just get rid of this. Some of them seem to be secured in, some of them don't. Some of them are more just the plastic is molded around them. I noticed the Phantom, he's locked in there. This Frankenstein is locked in there. Let me see if I can get in there without damaging the figure. Yeah, these scissors are great for that. Very, very narrow nose. And then we got to get the Invisible Man out. He seems to be a little tighter. I'm not sure I can... Ah, there we go. Ah, yeah, he's coming out. There we go. Alright. So let's start with the Invisible Man and have a closer look at the detail on the figure. Obviously, it's kind of a... So, yep, they're not bobbleheads. I thought they might have been bobbleheads. They're actually... You can actually just... Ooh, get a little exorcist action going on these. So the head turns, in this case, about 180 degrees. But I guess so if you wanted... If they have some limited posability. So that's the Invisible Man. Good looking figure there. Let me make sure the camera focuses in on it. Next, we'll be looking at the classic, I mean, probably one of the most recognizable monster makeups ever. Lon Chaney Sr. as the Phantom of the Opera. Great figure. Oh, his head. Okay, so it actually took a little bit of effort to get the head pose to actually start, but now it seems pretty nice, pretty smooth. Good looking figure there. You know what? I'm going to save the best for last. We're going to skip ahead. Oh, looks like the bride needs a little help getting out of her. There we go. Now let's pop her right out. Oh yeah. The Bride of Frankenstein. If you had more than one piece, I'm sure there is a Universal Monsters chess set, but I mean, you'd have to have multiple of the same characters, but these would make nice little chess pieces. They're all plastic. They're not metal or anything like that, but the quality of the plastic's really nice. And actually, you know, for these little, you know, maquette style statues, the detail is very nice. Okay. Let's look at her, take a closer look at her hubby, Frankie boy. Very, very nice take on the Boris Karloff makeup effect. Again, takes a little bit to get his head started. There we go, but then it kind of breaks loose. Probably doesn't help. I think this thing's about 10 or 15 years old. Yeah, so there's Frankie. Oh, nice little touch on the base with the scroll at the bottom. I hope you can see that. Yeah, great detail on the mummy figure himself. I just really noticed that. Yeah, they all have some detail on the bases, so it's not just a plain plastic black base. They all have a little bit, like he has his chains, and you see the stone floors from Castle Frankenstein. Nice little touch there. Now, Lon Chaney Jr. as the Wolfman. Really nice. A nice little touch. He's got his foot in the bear trap. But great. These are gonna look great on our Halloween shelf. And of course, the master himself, Bela Lugosi as Dracula. Blah blah blah. Pretty nice likeness. I would say out of all the facial likenesses so far, this might be the weakest one. I mean, I kind of see Lugosi in there, but could have been a little better. And we have another Frankenstein from the Son of Frankenstein. This one, oh, he's nice touch. So he's got the arm. And of course he's wearing his nice fur vest. That's really iconic from that. And I believe this was the last movie that Boris Karloff played the monster. Oh yeah, great figure. I love the arm. Is a nice touch. Now this one is classic sci-fi monster, the Metaluna mutant from This Island Earth. If you're interested and if you've never seen This Island Earth, or even if you have seen it and want to see a pretty funny take on the movie, I would recommend going to watch Weird Movies with Mark and his review of This Island Earth. I will include a link in the description to his review. It's hilarious. And he's got a little backstory little background information on the design of the mutant. Apparently the legs were supposed to be a much more elaborate costume. Maybe I you know, like almost mechanical to give it more of an alien look, and they couldn't get it to work. So he just ended up wearing gray pants, which a lot of people say that ruins the effect. I think that's the criticism, but I still think it's an iconic monster. Now, this one's probably got the most elaborate head, because this is the Phantom of the Opera dressed for the Masquerade Ball as the Red Death. Really nice figure. Then another, you know, really I should have been keeping track of how many of these are characters that were played by Lon Chaney Sr. Because we have 2 Phantom of the Operas, and now the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I love his base. He's sitting on one of the bells of Notre Dame. Really nice likeness of Lon Chaney's makeup effect. Yeah, really nice. Now the mole people, I will be one of the first to admit, this is one of the Universal monsters I've never seen. I've never seen this movie. I am aware of it. I actually didn't know it was a Universal monster movie. But, I mean, I've heard of the movie, just have never seen it. So maybe I'll have to, this Halloween season, I'll have to look the movie up and have a gander. Really interesting, like almost a fungus-like look to the head and on the hands. Yeah, that looks pretty creepy. And then, of course, Boris Karloff as the mummy in his priestly robes. They really nailed the Boris Karloff likenesses. Those are great. Although, is it just me, or I see a little Willem Dafoe in that too? Something to think about for a remake. Instead of that Tom Cruise abomination. I shouldn't criticize. I didn't hate that movie, but I think they could have done a better job of relaunching the Dark Universe, or launching the Dark Universe. And of course, this is from The Creature Walks Among Us. This is the creature after the surgeries to make him more human. It's a really tragic movie. I love The Creature. This one actually really a tragic story. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend that you definitely go look it up. And now I saved the best for last. The original form creature from the Black Lagoon. Oh yeah, this one will definitely go in the center. As I've mentioned, I'm sure across multiple videos, the creature from the Black Lagoon is my favorite Universal monster. One of my favorite monsters, my favorite creature design. I've always loved it. The movie terrified me as a kid, and maybe that's why I love it so much now. I just love the creature. There have been a lot of really nice takeoffs on the creature and adaptations over the years. There is actually, probably back in the mid-90s, early 2000s, Dark Horse did a full adaptation, a comic adaptation of the creature from the Black Lagoon with art by Art Adams, the great Art Adams. I do have a copy of that. Maybe I will have to dig that out and we'll have to have a deeper look. I know there was recently, Image Comics just recently did, they're doing a series of miniseries for each of the Universal monsters. The creature was the second series after Frankenstein. I definitely recommend checking that out. It was a great story, great art. It's not exactly an adaptation of the 50s movie. It's really more of a retelling of the story of the creature. But anyway, so there they all are. Clear the table. And that really about does it for this video. I just wanted to share these with you. I hope you enjoy looking at, I hope you enjoy the Universal monsters and toys as much as I do. I would figure you probably do if you're watching this video. So we'll have a closer look at these. I'll do some beauty shots of these here and put them at the end of the video. But that's all I have for now. And until next time, have a good one.